Hello everyone, welcome back to PÖFF TV Studio. I'm Amin, and we are right here in Tallinn, Estonia, right in the heart of the Black Nights Film Festival. Today we're gonna have an adventure together. Adventure throughout a film called Pink Lady, and we're not gonna be alone in this adventure, cause the director gonna guide us throughout this journey. So let's give a big welcome to the director Nir Bergman. So how are you doing today?
I'm okay, I'm fine. I'm a bit cold.
Oh yeah, I mean this is the typical Estonia. So, alright, but for a couple of days it's alright.
Yeah. Monday we are going to go into the beach to swim.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, but first of all, let's get into into our journey, basically, the one that we were talking about. So the film that you have brought to our film festival. So first of all, I would like to know about the idea. That how did you get the idea of the film? It was some personal experience, or you got it from part of the event of your life?
The film comes out of the life of the screenplay writer, Nir Bergman. She's, we made the film together. She wrote it, I directed it. Mindy came from the Orthodox community in Israel. She's the oldest of 10 brothers and sisters. And she was married as an Orthodox woman at the age of 19. And she was a mother already when she was 20. And I think the story is based on a lot on her life. After, I think, 1.5 years, they broke up. She understood that her husband is not attracted to her. And she became later on unreligious, and she became a screenplay writer. And this is her first screenplay, and I had the opportunity to direct it.
All right. Okay, so let's focus on the film more and the thing that you were actually trying to say.
Okay.
So let's see that how does the film actually explore the meaning and the idea of the identity in these sort of closed societies?
In the Orthodox society, there's no gay people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course.
They don't realize that it's an option for someone to be gay. Therefore, gay people in the Orthodox community, they get married and they ruin their own life and the life of their wife and sometimes the life of the whole family. In our story, the man is being blackmailed because some sort of a gang, religious gang, has picture of him kissing another man. And they're blackmailing him. And the wife, Bati, she finds out about it. And they start to try to fight with this gang and to get them out of their life. But also, they try to, because they believe that God can change the husband, Lazer, and make him be attracted to Bati. So they start this treatment of converging the sexuality, which is, of course, should be against the law, but it's not in the religious community that we're talking about. So they're trying to do everything that they can do to save their family, but underneath all this comes the story of Bati actually finding her femininity and understanding that she's also allowed to be for love and to be someone to be attracted to her, and that's our story.
All right. So at the beginning of this question answers, you brought out a great thing that okay, there's no gay people in these Jewish communities, and that one actually brought out a question for me. And the question is that how does the film encourage and discuss the idea or the situation of the LGBTQ plus people? So how actually the film discuss and encourage this sort of idea and this sort of people in the film? Like how does the film talk about it and explain the situation of them in the closed Orthodox Jewish societies?
Yeah, of course it was a joke when I said there's no gay people.
Yeah, sure, no, definitely. But it would be actually great if you could actually
I think,
open it up.
I think for Orthodox people, being gay is forbidden, and they think that their sentence would be death or condemned or out of the society. Everything, no one will die because of being gay, but they believe that God will kill them. And the arc that these people go through is the understanding first that the community will always talk, and you gotta be yourself. And another thing that they understand from their point of view is that if God made them like this, then God loves them like this. That is the main arc of our film.
Oh, that's like interesting and a smart point of view. Nice. All right. So let's go further. You have talked about so many problems or sort of how do we call it, like big things in the world in your film. One was this LGBTQ and their situation in the closed Jewish or whatever, like religious closed societies, and the other one is the problem of identity. Identity is one of the biggest problems in these sort of closed societies. Doesn't matter any sort of religion, but in this film we talked about the Orthodox Jew. So how the film actually encourage and again discuss about the identity, the problem of having your identity in those sort of closed and religious societies.
I'm not sure I understand the question. I'm sorry.
All right, so once more.
Try explain to me more what you mean about identity.
Identity, like you for example, someone is believed that he or she is transgender, or the person thinks that he's gay. All right, so for accepting himself, he need to be that much brave to show that into the society, which is closed. All right, so it doesn't matter that religion is whatever it is, Jew, Islam, whatever. So that braveness and that sort of power that person have, that could like show that. So how the film actually explain that sort of thing, that it shows that the person has this much braveness and power to show that he is gay in this sort of closed society.
Well, but as I said before, these two people, this couple, they try to defend their family so much. So because the family is their identity. Their identity is that they are part of the community. That's part of their identity. But the community is will take them out, will push them away if they will come out of if Lazer will come out of the closet. So they have to understand that their identity is maybe not to be exactly a part of this community. And it's very hard because their life is going to change extremely if they divorce. But they understand, both of them understand, that they have no other way but to save themselves, And finally, at the end, each of them, I'm ruining the film, but they understand that, that they have to let go to find themselves, each one alone and together, and to understand that, they're allowed to be themselves.
Okay. All right. Okay. So basically, we have to put a spoiler alert on this interview.
I know.
Okay.
Horrible.
So yeah, horrible. So we have uncovered so much about the main content of the film. Let's see around the behind the scenes. So how was the challenges? What was the most challenging thing in directing this sort of film?
I think every film I try to do, I try to tell, or TV series, I try to tell original stories that the themes are maybe very specific to the characters and the heroes, but they actually are international, and they go, and you can identify with it, although you know nothing about the Orthodox community or very little. So for me, the research is very important, to go inside and to see really how life is in these neighborhoods. So with Mindy Ehrlich, who took me inside her family and showed me how they live. I went to weddings of her brother and wedding of her sister to understand really what I'm doing, and to have, with nuances, the understanding the locations, understanding the dressing, everything, the art departure, everything was really very, very well researched. And then when I came to the shooting, the challenges was that these neighborhoods are actually closed. You cannot bring camera into these neighborhoods. And I told my producer, I want to bring this truth. I want it to look really as it is. And they were really scared because they lost 2 trucks of equipment 2 years before. They were burned because they were shooting a film in one of these neighborhoods, and they were a bit, I guess, too loud or so. And so what we did is we shot a bit in the out shots. We did the exterior. We did like a guerrilla style. Camera was in one secular apartment in all the neighborhood. Not the camera, the crew. We were there with a monitor, and down there was only cameramen. The extras were walking with earphones, and we sort of directed the exterior like a sort of commando.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But eventually I think, we did too much of a mess. Not mess, but we took this too seriously. I think, if we were just quiet and respecting, they would have let us shot the scenes. I think so, but I'll never know. But because of the fear of what can happen, we shot it very, very, very quiet and like this.
So that was actually quite challenging then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very challenging.
Okay. All right. So 2 more questions before wrapping up is that,
Sure.
first of all, I would like to know, it's actually interesting for me, that how actually you wanted to do such a film, and you open a window from a Jewish Orthodox, exactly Jewish Orthodox idea. Why not other things? Why not other ideas?
Well, I got to know of Mindy's screenplay. I was, they brought me to edit, and I saw these characters, and this is the characters that she brought. She brought the characters from her life, and that contained truth, and there was love for the characters, and there was a very strong plot of the exterior plot. The tension was very strong, and I believe that these characters are worth for the big screen. And I thought it has a very strong message for the Orthodox community, and that's the film that we made.
Okay. And the last one to ask is that if you would have the possibility to go back in time, what would be the scene that you would remove or add to the film, or you wouldn't even touch it?
Remove or add?
Yeah.
Good question. I think I wouldn't add anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything that was out is okay. Reshoot of a scene? Oh yeah, there's one scene that I would reshoot. Because we had so little time. It was the club, the night in the club, the nightclub where Bati is totally losing this, and she's sort of dancing, and we had 3 hours for the whole scene. It was horrible. You have 300 extras, and the producers are sitting on you. You got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute. That's it. And you're like, oh my God, this was a disaster. It was so hard, but it turned out in the editing room. The editing room is the material become very flexible. You can do magic.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank
It was
you so
wonderful.
much.
We uncovered so much about that project, and great job. After all of these challenges, you have done a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And once again, thank you so much for watching us. Be sure that you're following our social medias if you want to get more to know about the films, about what is happening in the PÖFF. Be sure you're following our social media. Thank you so much once again, and till another interview, goodbye.